choices, including those about diet, do not stem from reason or knowledge, but rather from learning and training received from an early age. This is like a bakery clerk unconsciously acquiring the smell of cake, or how we naturally learn to speak our mother tongue. Our surroundings, parents, society, and culture constantly influence our perceptions, forming deep-seated views, also known as habits. These ingrained views dictate our choices. Even with food that we know is harmful, we struggle to break free due to habit, and may even find it enjoyable, as this feeling is the result of years of conditioning. Many nutritionists and experts, despite having correct knowledge, may also find it difficult to shake off the habits instilled in childhood. Therefore, the focus of this film is not merely to discuss diet, but to use diet as an entry point to expose the harm of incorrect views and how they lead us to unconsciously make self-destructive and self-harming choices. Our goal is to consciously reverse the faulty learning and training of the past few decades, using the correct views provided by science, and thereby make choices that are truly beneficial for our mind and body. Starting now, we will guide everyone to learn this step by step. How high sugar damages brain memory. Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that is highly relevant to students, parents, and anyone who cares about lifelong health: the long-term impact of excessive sugar consumption during adolescence on the adult brain. This presentation is not based on opinion. It's grounded in rigorous scientific evidence from groundbreaking research conducted by the Queensland University of Technology, QUT, and the University of Queensland. This work highlights a crucial principle: wisdom for well-being. In the time we have, we'll follow the science to explore three main questions. 1. What did the research discover about long-term damage? 2. What exactly is happening inside the developing brain? 3. What actionable, hopeful steps can you take right now? Part 1. The research findings and the price of sugar. Researchers utilized young mice, the equivalent of human teenagers, to model the long-term effects of a high-sugar diet common in many Western countries. The study design. The study had three crucial groups. The unlimited group, given unlimited access to a 25% sugar solution for 12 weeks. Scaled to humans, this mirrors excessive, daily consumption of soft drinks and sweets. The water group, our control group, receiving only water. The restricted group, a key to the solution. This group had sugar access for only 2 hours daily, resulting in about 75% less sugar consumption than the unlimited group. The scientists then tested the animals' behavior, memory, and examined their brain structure in adulthood. The results were clear and concerning. 1. Persistent hyperactivity and impulsivity. The unlimited sugar group developed persistent hyperactivity. They were constantly racing around, unable to sit still, and moving faster than normal. They showed a significantly increased distance traveled and higher average movement speed in behavioral tests. Critically, they exhibited reduced impulse control in feeding tests. This pattern, a combination of hyperactivity and impulsivity, strongly resembles symptoms associated with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. What was more alarming is that this hyperactivity persisted even after sugar access was stopped. 2. Significant memory and learning problems. The research showed that chronic sugar consumption targeted the brain's filing cabinet, the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory storage and spatial navigation. Episodic memory. Events recall. The sugar mice showed impaired memory for whether they had seen something before. Think of this like forgetting where you parked your car or what you did yesterday. A spatial memory, navigation location in the water maze test. Sugar mice took significantly longer to find a previously known location. This is like having trouble navigating familiar places. The core finding was that their learning ability wasn't destroyed. The problem was with memory and recall. They could take in new information, but they struggled to access it later. Part 2. What's happening inside your brain? To understand why these problems occur, we must look at the brain's internal architecture, particularly the process of neurogenesis. Sugar acts like a weed killer for new brain cells. The hippocampus constantly produces new cells, a process called neurogenesis, which is vital for remaining plastic and adaptable throughout life. Chronic sugar intake severely damages this process. It significantly reduces the density of stem cells, the raw materials for new neurons. It decreases the number of neuronal progenitors, the apprentice neurons. In essence, the sugar acts like a weed killer that targets the seeds of new brain cells before they can even sprout. Translation: chronic sugar consumption interferes with your brain's ability to remain plastic, learn efficiently, and form lasting memories. This damage occurs in the new, developing cells, not the mature ones, making the adolescent brain, the one that's still under heavy construction, uniquely vulnerable. The ADHD-like connection. The combination of persistent hyperactivity, impulsivity, and memory problems observed in the study closely mimic symptoms of ADHD. Clarification. This study does not prove that sugar causes ADHD, which is a complex disorder. The link, however, it strongly suggests that sugar-induced changes contribute to ADHD-like symptoms. This is highly relevant in Western countries where high sugar consumption is common and correlates with hyperactivity in children and inattention impulsivity in adults. The bigger picture is a vicious cycle. A poor, high-sugar diet leads to cognitive and behavioral problems that make controlling consumption and making healthy choices even harder. Part 3. The good news and actionable steps. Before you panic about sugar, the most powerful finding from this research offers a message of genuine hope. Moderation works. 1. The power of moderation. The restricted sugar group, with a 75% reduction in intake, showed remarkable protection against the worst effects. No excess weight gain. No memory problems. No impulse control issues. Normal brain cell production. This aligns with the World Health Organization (WHO) recommendation of about 25 grams of daily sugar intake, around 6 teaspoons. Yet, many countries currently exceed 100 grams, 4 times the recommendation. The empowering truth: you don't need to eliminate sugar completely. Treating sugar as an occasional pleasure rather than a dietary staple can prevent these long-term neurological problems. 2. Your brain, your choice. Your brain is not fully developed until your mid-20s. What you eat during these critical years is literally building your future mind. The critical window. Adolescence is the brain's final major construction phase, with the hippocampus actively developing new neurons. The implication: habits formed now can have long-lasting effects on your ability to focus, remember, and adapt. 3. Take action. Practical steps today. Knowledge is only power when you use it. Here are 3 concrete steps to protect your brain health. 1. Be a label detective. Sugar hides in places you don't expect: ketchup, yogurt, bread, and seemingly healthy snacks. Read nutrition labels to identify hidden sugars. 2. Replace one sugary drink. Sugary drinks are the single biggest source of unnecessary sugar. Swap one soft drink or juice daily with water, sparkling water, or unsweetened tea. 3. Reframe sugar. Consciously shift your mindset. Sugar is a treat, not a food group. Plan it, enjoy it occasionally, but do not make it a dietary staple. Conclusion: the scientific evidence is clear. Excessive sugar consumption during adolescence can have lasting negative effects on your brain structure, behavior, and cognitive function. But the same evidence shows that moderate consumption does not. You have control over your diet, and you have control over your brain's future. Start making those small, informed changes today. Your brain will thank you. Your future self will thank you. Thank you. I'm now open for any questions you might have.